One of the hardest things about running a development agency or any kind of service-based agency is client no-shows. Now, we find this happens quite often where a client will book in a call, either through like a Meta ad or a advertisement online, Google ad, or whatever it might be, and then they'll book everything in, provide all their details, and they just won't show up to the call. It's really difficult to understand why, and I'm not too sure why this happens. I think it's one of those things where we just can't take it personally as agency owners. And sometimes it could be something's just happened personally that they just had to reschedule or didn't get time to reschedule, or they found a service provider already. But it is difficult, especially when you prepare kind of tailored content for them, for the particular lead or prospect on that call. If you put time and effort into putting like a deck together or a concept based around what they've submitted, and then they don't show up to even look at it, it's kind of disheartening. It's really frustrating, especially if you told them that you'd be doing that and that you set the expectation that you'd be providing like some custom level of work to present to them on that particular call. It's quite difficult. It is quite difficult, and that often happens. And sometimes we find that clients will, you know, say they're going to show up 30 minutes before, and then they don't. And it's a really strange thing that I'm still trying to deal with and still trying to find ways to minimize it. I've found that collecting phone numbers can work really well. For a period of time when we were getting a lot of bookings through Meta ads, we switched from a Zoom call to a phone call where the responsibility to show up will be on our end to actually just give them a call at the desired time, as opposed to them booking the call, them then having to show up, make sure they've got Zoom installed. That does add some levels of friction. So we've tried to remove that friction by us phoning them. And obviously there is the example that does sometimes happen, which is they won't pick up the phone, and that does happen. But I think there are some really good ways to minimize no-shows. One of those being changing, at least for the first call, the first touch point, changing from a Zoom call to a phone call where it's the burden, the responsibilities on your side to actually make the call and reach them that way, as opposed to them having to fire up Zoom, log in, all of that kind of thing, and then jump on at the desired time.